Hi guys, Black Wolf here, and I'm reading part 26 of The False Prince. This is a really short chapter, so I will talk afterwards. So here we go. I slept the rest of that evening and through the night, waking up only when Imogen came to check on my bandages. There was so much I wanted to ask her, but someone else was always in the room with us, and had any real conversation was impossible. I was more careful this time to let her do the job without giving her any particular attention, though I still felt the entire charade was ridiculous. Most of these servants came to Farthenwood in better circumstances than I had, and right now I was much more like the servants than Connor. My friendships with Imogen or Errol or Mott shouldn't have threatened any of them. Morning brought stiffness to my muscles. I must have been too tired the day before to notice how sore they were, or maybe it was I didn't have to move around much before now. Errol insisted on helping me dress, even though Mott even brought Mott into the room to ensure I accepted that help. It wasn't necessary. Standing there with my arms out while Errol dressed me was about as much as I could do. With considerable struggle, I managed to stay awake that day and even paid a semblance of attention to the morning tutors. Master Graves made it clear that they had moved on without me and had no time to return to the lessons of the previous few days, so I would have to catch up as best as I could. It's been a week since he came to Farthenwood, Sage, and you're no further along than the first day we started. I told him that it was probably because I only had 2 of his lessons, and in all fairness to myself, I hadn't really bothered to pay attention to either of them. This only darkened his glares at me, and he focused the rest of the lesson on Roden. Mr. Savello also said there wasn't enough time to review what had been discussed while she generously used the word indisposed, but gave me 2 books, and she said contained much of the same information. You probably can't read them without help, she asked. Perhaps Tobias will help you in the evenings. I'm certain that Tobias had already given me too much help, I said. Tobias gripped the sides of his chair and said whatever he might do to please Master Connor would please him. Roden and Tobias did horseback and sword fighting lessons that afternoon. I was excused from participating, but Ma insisted I watch them. I watched the horseback lessons until they rode too far for me to see them, and I fell asleep. The sword fighting lesson was somewhat more interesting. Tobias was still a disaster with the sword, but Roden had improved significantly. I wondered if he was naturally talented or if he had been putting in a lot of extra hours of practice. Matt commented on it too. Roden shrugged and said Craig had offered to help him during 3 hours. Craig is skilled with the sword, but he is self-taught, Matt warned. With him as your teacher, you will learn to fight, but your style will not reflect the training of the prince. My lessons will help me. My lessons with you will help me pass for the prince, Roden said, but Cragen's lessons will keep me alive. Dinner that evening was relatively quiet. Connor vaguely inquired after our progress, but said he'd already had full reports from all our instructors. He asked me what I was doing to try to catch up. I shrugged and said I planned to study Tobias's notes after he was asleep. Tobias shot me a glare, but Connor laughed. And what is your response to that? Connor asked Tobias. Tobias shook his head. I have no notes, sir, and Sage couldn't read them if I did. If you did have notes, Sage could get them and perhaps even read them. You had better be careful, Tobias, or Sage will end up as my choice. That would be a mistake, sir, Tobias mumbled. Your mistake, Connor corrected. Is that you are more interested in pleasing me than in becoming like the boy Prince Jaren was? Learning to fight back, Tobias. Be strong. His eyes drifted to me, and he shook his head. Don't be smug about that, Sage. Jaren didn't seek fights either, the way you do. I can see you all still have much to learn about who the prince really was. After we returned to our room that night, I fell into my bed, but not caring what clothes I slept in, as long as I could sleep. Tobias sat at his desk, turning his chair to stare directly at me. Finally, I muttered, You obviously have something to say, Tobias. What is it? His eyes narrowed. I am strong enough to stop you, Sage. You too, Roden. I'm warning you both not to push me any further. Connor said the prince never sought out fights, I reminded him. This isn't about being like Jaren, he said. It's about stopping you, and I will if I have to. Grimacing with a sting in my back, I rolled over to face the wall. Before closing my eyes, I said, Connor will choose me this week, and you know it. You wouldn't dare to stop me. As tired as I was, I forced myself to stay awake for nearly an hour until I was sure both Roden and Tobias were asleep, because no matter what I said, it was becoming increasingly obvious that Tobias was at some point going to carry out his threat. So that was a really short chapter. That was chapter 26. So please look up the False Prince audiobook part 27 because it will be there. I will leave in the comments down below some books that I have available for me to also audiobook. Please leave in the comments down below some songs that you would like me to sing. No cuss words in it though. Also leave down in the comments below what challenges you'd like me to see. I'll leave in the comments down below also what video games I have so you can see me play them. I also have in the comments down below, and please also comment down in the, please also comment, leave in the comments down below what, challenges, books, games, what things you would like to see me and my friend do. Some of these I will do on my own, like the audiobook, and maybe some video games I'll do myself. If I can do a 2-player one, then I will do it. Singing one, I will do some of them by myself, and some of them I will do with my friend. The challenges, some of them I'll do by myself, some of them I'll do with my friend. And anything you want me to do, some of them I'll do alone, some of them I'll do with my friend. So, like I said, leave in the comments below. I will leave in the comments below some books and games that I have, so I can do audiobooks and videos of games. And then I'll leave in the comments below down what songs with no cuss words you would like me to sing, challenges, and things you would like to see me do. So, goodbye. And I will get to them as soon as I can, and I will even give you a shout out, you know? Okay, goodbye. And please subscribe.